All right, thank you.
Not bragging, just facts. I have over 44 years of accident-free driving in every single state in our beautiful country and 17 other countries. Okay? I've been on such small roads in my life that this road looks like a 10-lane highway to me, okay? Bus 3 to Unit 3. I am ready to roll with 29 and Moose is down here.
Yeah.
He looks like Matthew though. Right? The same.
Oh, they're all ready.
He looks like Matthew though. Right?
Yeah.
Matthew's right. Yeah.
But you all right?
You wanna sit down?
Sit down, boy.
Okay, guys, are you guys all familiar with poison oak?
Yeah.
I have to pass out samples. Nobody ever wants my samples. I don't know why. The reason why I asked that, guys, is because there is a natural remedy to the poison oak rash up here. Are you guys familiar with the manzanita tree?
No.
No? No. Alright, I will show you the manzanita tree. We have this manzanita water right up here.
I can.
Manzanita is easily recognizable by its little round leaf and red bark. It does look like a bush, but it is a tree. This is manzanita right here on the right hand side. Okay? All around this corner is manzanita. If you take the leaves, the bark, and the berries, and or the flowers, and you take it all together, boil it up, and smash it into a pasty pulp, you can apply it to the afflicted area of poison oak rash, and it will get rid of it in about 2 to 3 days instead of the month that you normally will have it. So, it is a natural Indian remedy for poison oak rash. There is another fun fact about manzanita. If you are out here and you are dying of thirst and your mouth is completely dry, you can chew on the young leaves of the manzanita tree. It will stop your mouth from being dry and even make you feel more comfortable. Well, it won't stop you from dying of thirst, but at least you feel more comfortable when you do, right? True fact, the Native Americans and serious hikers do chew on the young leaves of the manzanita tree to keep their mouths from going dry while they're on their long hikes so they can conserve on their water. Bus 3.
Quería firmar aquí, pero
I am holding at the bottom of the S. Did you guys get to see the big gray boat on the other side? Yes. That big gray boat, if you didn't see it, you'll be able to see it when you go back. It's easily visible. That big gray boat is an MCL-6 World War II landing craft. During her time in the military, she hauled stuff like tanks and heavy equipment. She is a World War II veteran. She did land on D-Day during the Normandy invasion.
Yeah.
And how we found that out, like all veterans that make it back safe from war, she came to our lake and sank twice. But when she sank, we had to look up her serial numbers to find the parts we needed to fix her, and we got to find out her whole military career. So her job over here is not unlike what she used to do, because we are on an isolated peninsula. There's absolutely no way to get here except by boat. So everything you see over here, including the buses that you see over here, Elsie brought it over.
Oh.
So she is the hardest and oldest working crew member of our team. Roger, clear to the top. Well, also because we are on an isolated peninsula, we got a chance to see a lot of wildlife over here. And we do have a lot of dangerous and ferocious wildlife over here. We have two distinctive, ferocious and dangerous gray squirrel and brown squirrel. You might almost guarantee see one of those today. But we do have red fox, gray fox, porcupines, jackrabbits, raccoon, coyotes, ring-tailed cats, bobcats, mountain lions, black-tailed deer, bald eagles, peregrine falcons, which is the fastest animal in the world. The peregrine falcon can dive in its attack dive over 200 miles an hour and chases prey at 65 miles an hour. We also have most people's favorite,
Which one?
the black bear.
Oh.
We got at least 5 black bears living on our peninsula. They think it's safe over here because nobody bothers them. So they kind of stay here. We got a mother and her baby, another mother and 2 babies, and 2 full-grown adult males. So about 6. Lake Shasta is the largest man-made lake in the state of California. If you were to try to walk around its lake shore, it would be like trying to walk from here to Portland, Oregon. It is almost 400 miles around the lake shore of this lake. It's also about 400 feet deep in most areas and about 500 feet deep around the dam. It covers over 30,000 acres of area. Because it covers so much area, on a triple-digit day like it will be today when it's hot, we lose over 280 million gallons of water from evaporation alone in one day. But on a plus note, when the lake is full like it is right now, we got about 1.4 trillion gallons of water in it. This whole area right here is called Bear Alley. This is where we get to see most of our bear sightings. So you might want to keep a lookout around these corners. This is our wood mill right here. All the beautiful wood sightings that you're going to see up at our visitor center was made right here by our own people, by trees that have fallen down. So they're not rotting away, we can repurpose them. Well, before the lake was here, before they made the dam, which is the second largest dam in the United States. Does anybody know the largest?
No. Well, you.
Nobody?
No.
No, Hoover is the tallest. The Grand Coulee in Washington State is the largest bridge, or largest dam that is made. Ours is the second largest, and they were both made right around the same time.
Yeah.
But before that dam was here, this used to be all river valleys. On those river valleys, we had about 15 towns. One of those towns is significant to our story. You guys actually floated over it today. That was the town of Baird. Baird was the very first federally funded fish hatchery that the government ever created. They were trying to repopulate the salmon throughout the United States, even way back in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
We all like salmon, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? So did all those animals that I mentioned earlier. So they had to keep people, they had to hire people to keep the animals away from the fish hatchery. During that time, they also had a contract with the government to find natural caves because the government was interested in finding out if there were signs of indigenous people living in those caves from way before when. As we get higher, you're going to see better views of the lake. You'll see that string of houseboats out there. That is Holiday Harbor. It is the second largest harbor on the lake of 6 harbors. Bay Bridge is the largest harbor. Anyway, you will see 2 of the people that found the natural entrance to the cave up there while they were hunting and searching for those caves. You'll see their names about halfway through your tour etched into the side of the cave. Those 2 names are James A. Richardson, who is a hunter and biologist for the fish hatchery, and Charles Martin, who is a 17-year-old Wintu Native American Indian tracker and hunter for the fish hatchery. About 80 years went by from when they found that cave, and the Thompson brothers, these same Thompson brothers as Thompson Water Seal, decided to acquire the cave and make it a show cave. Realizing that most people could not make it up to where the natural entrance is, they decided to plastic man-made entrance to what they called the basement cave, the lowest cave that was found on the earliest expeditions. Well, when they did that, they found another 60% of the cave underneath that you guys get to see today that the original people never got to see. And a fun fact is, everything that was blasted out to make that entrance was also put back in to make the stairs that you guys are going to walk today.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming up on our Vista Point, guys. Arguably the second best view on this side of the lake. This might be one of the places you want to take a picture. These views are exclusive only to our guests that come on this tour and our employees.
is nice.
If you look to the very far left, that bridge down there that looks like a kind of stubby bridge over there over the water, that in fact is the tallest of its kind in the world. It is a double-deck span support bridge. It is locally known as the Pitt River Bridge, but it is the Veterans of Foreign War Memorial Bridge. It has 4 lanes of I-5 on top, 2 lanes of active railroad underneath. And from the bottom of the lake to the top of that bridge is 504 feet tall. For those that were unfamiliar with what poison oak looks like, or just need a refresher, I have samples on both sides of my bus. This one right here is all these bushes right here is all poison oak. On the driver's side, this 7-foot tall bush right here, that is poison oak. There are 2 sayings that will help you remember not to get involved with poison oak. One is leaves of 3, let it be, because there will always only be 3 leaves on each stem, no more, no less. The other one is, if it's shiny, watch your hiney. The shininess on each leaf is called arusia. It is a resin. It is commonly mistaken as an oil. You have to treat it like a glue to get rid of it. If you don't, and you go to wash your clothes, the only thing you're going to accomplish is to give your rest of your family poison oak with you. Lucky you guys know about manzanita now, though, right? Yeah. Well, now it's the time I have to ask if there's anybody afraid of heights on my bus today, and you chose to be on my passenger side. Well, you chose the wrong side, guys, because there will be an 850-foot drop, unobstructed view coming up on that side. But we do have an amazing limestone rock garden on the driver's side for your viewing pleasure if you have that apprehension of heights. But if you choose to watch that, you will miss the best view on this side of the lake. So make your choice, because here it is.
Wow!
If everybody leans to the right, you might get a better view. To give you a perspective of how high you're up, if you look at the rock that is on the very bottom down there, the big one, that rock is actually bigger than the boat you guys came on. The other trees that I absolutely know up here for sure, because my wife won't let me forget it. Anytime our spice rack starts getting low, she gives me the or else situation. Bring home the California bay laurel leaf tree. That's the bay leaf you use to make your spaghetti. And I don't know why I get the or else. I'm the one that makes the spaghetti. We have no electricity up here, guys, so we got 2 diesel-powered coming generators. 2, in case one goes out, the other one will immediately go on so that you guys are not left in the dark.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I asked, as you see, this is a very small area up here. I do have to immediately turn this bus around, so I ask that you immediately go onto the concrete area behind my white fence, because my wife keeps telling me I am not allowed to make pancakes except at home in our skillet, and I really want to make sure that I keep my 44 years of accident-free driving, guys. So please exit onto the concrete. I promise you, the view is exactly the same 3 feet to the left, and you'll have an even amazing more view on the back patio when you get out there. Thank you guys for coming. Enjoy your tour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.
Go, go, go.
I'm dropping off 29.
Thank you. Yeah. I like your rings. They're really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you.
You're
Wow, that's big. That's a nice tour, Bubba.
And look.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, so good. Llegamos acá arriba.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Roy. I'm going to be your guys' tour guide. I'm going to be hanging out right here on the patio area.
Cool. Vale la pena. Vamos a seguir con el video. Seguimos.
We're going to be in the cave. for about 45 minutes to an hour. If anybody needs to use the restroom,
You guys use the
now is
restroom?
going to be the time to do so. Our restrooms are located right over here. As you can see, there's quite a few people in your way. They're going to be getting on to bus number 3, so they will be out of your way here very shortly. Our women's restroom is located right over there on the other side of the border, and then the men's restroom is located right here. Everybody else who does not need to use the restroom, please step inside of the visitor center.
Thank you, sir. Dang! What is this? What? That's kind of nice. Oh, it's such a stick. Solo tú que ocuparon. Están las cavernas. Bebe, bebe. Carlos. Look at Carlos.
That's for the
Maybe get a soda. Maybe we get a bottle of water.
yeah,
We're waiting for people to get done using the bathroom.
It's nice. That's nice. Let's get a bottle of water. Alright, se me va a terminar la batería, guys. Follow me. That's a nice view right there.
Inside the caves today, ladies and gentlemen, I give you all a little bit of information on how these caves are formed. But before that, let me just go ahead and tell you, I am not a geologist. I have no background in geology. I have no higher education in geology. I was hired about 4 months ago, and I was told to smile a bunch, make sure I get people in and out of caves safely, provide as much clear and concise information as possible. Otherwise, if there's any questions that I cannot answer to a satisfactory nature, I'll make sure to refer you up to my manager, either Cave Dave or Pinky. With all that being said, let me take the next 5 minutes to explain to you how caves are formed. So the rock that we are currently standing outside of, all of the big lumpy gray stuff, this is all called limestone. Limestone that formed about 260 million years ago at the basin of the seafloor. We know that because of the sea fossil evidence that we have located right over here, as well as the brachiopods that are located in the boulders to my right. So the seafloor, I mean, obviously it had to travel quite a distance to get to this point. We know that it did because of cave hypogenics. So there was a geothermal vent that was positioned beneath a large body of water that was positioned beneath all of this limestone. As that geothermal vent heated up, it boiled the water, introducing acidic conditions. So as that boiling water pushed all the limestone up, it was also hollowing out the interiors a lot like Swiss cheese. So, very, very warm. I'm gonna go over the cave rules very quickly. Number 1, no food or drinks other than water allowed inside the cave. Littering is expressly forbidden. Number 2, no tobacco products, including your vaping / e-cigarettes, your dipping, spitting, or pouch tobacco, or anything else that may have been recently legalized in the state of Oregon, Nevada, California, New Mexico, or Arizona. If you're going to pass the duchy to the left-hand side, respectfully do so at your campsite. Number 3, use the handrails both inside and outside of the cave. They are there for your safety. Number 4, stay with your tour, walk with your tour guide walks, stop when your tour guide stops. I'm going to be talking in 5 different rooms. I'm going to ask that we keep it down to a dull roar when I present in each of those 5 rooms. As you guys all paid quite a bit of money to see a cave tour, I want to make sure you get your money's worth of that cave tour. So, finally, we have the no-touch rule. It's so important that you guys not touch anything inside the cave. There are not very many walking cave tours in the United States that go inside of a living cave. The reason for that being is people have a problem with keeping their hands to themselves and they like to touch stuff inside. So I'll put it to you real simple. Water and oil don't mix. We as humans, we secrete oil. We can't help it. We're not perfect. The rocks, on the other hand, they secrete crystals. And if we were to go and touch the rocks on the inside, we'd transfer the oils from our skin to the surface of the rocks, preventing them from growing any further and stopping their growth in most cases. Let's get inside the cave. Follow me, hold the door open for the person behind you.
Damn. Okay, we'll go. Vamos a tocar nada. Yep. Oh, yeah, you feel it, huh? Wow. Okay. So fresh. Oh, nice.
I think I just saw it.
Ooh, guys. Oh, that's so nice and fresh. Vamos a usar nuestra luz para alumbrar. Ok, vamos aquí. Vamos a usar el teléfono. Dude, this is the first time, man. En una cueva. Uy, guys. Es la primera vez. I don't see it. Sí vale la pena este tour. Muy recomendado. ¿Verdad, Yaya? ¿Verdad, Yaya? Vamos para arriba, guys. Lo que nos estamos perdiendo aquí. Vamos a seguir para abajo. Damn, look at that. Stairs like that. Shh. Wow.
So the thing with photography is it's not just allowed, it's encouraged.
Damn.
Okay, so we just came in through an 85-foot man-made tunnel, rise up 34 stairs, and took a little detour off to the left. The reason for that is this room that we're currently standing in was the first happy accident along the way of the construction of the shore. So in 1955, the Thompson brothers, the same Thompson brothers responsible for Thompson's water seal, they purchased the cave, and when they purchased the cave, they only knew of two rooms, the cathedral room and the basement room. So when they planned out the construction, they didn't want you guys to have to climb up to reach the cathedral room, so they made this big tunnel, and then they blew a big hole in the wall, and it expanded the tour by about 60%. This room holds the majority of the formations inside of our cave, which is a pretty wide variety of different types of formations. I want to talk to you guys about these big pointy ones above my head here. These are called stalactites. Stalactites will most typically start off as these little tiny hollow cylinders on the wall. These are called tubular stalactites or cave soda straws, and they're a byproduct of when these limestone rocks filter rainwater. So limestone is porous. It is a sedimentary style rock that formed a long, long time ago, and water has the ability of secreting and penetrating into the surfaces of that limestone. And the acidic conditions that would have hollowed out these cavities provide for almost like sediment catches. So anywhere that you see things protruding out of the wall,
dripping water,
the ceiling, and you see the different color variation that lies within it, those are all examples of calcite crystal, any kind of calcium carbonate deposit. The reason that they vary in color and shape is due to the way that they form and the amount of minerals present inside of them as they form. So more often than not, what you're seeing with these reddish brown colors is going to be the iron oxide or rust that is present in the soil that is picked up by the water and then filtered through in the limestone. So stalactites, they start off as these tubular stalactites. Sorry, digressed there, ADHD moment. When water enters the chamber, it leaves behind a little tiny calcium ring, or kind of a water droplet falls. And those build on each other until they create these formations. And when they take that conical shape, that's when the formations have clogged and they start to form from the outside in. So stalactites, they have a C in the name, they hang tight to the ceiling. They have a counterpart that rises up from the ground that's called a stalagmite. It has a G in the name, and it might touch the ceiling if it tries Here's an example of a stalagmite. It's actually getting very close to touching the roof. It's about 3.5 to 4 inches away from touching the ceiling there. And with the average growth rate of the different formations of the cave, it's about 1 inch every 100 years. So about 300.
Next up, we have flashlight.
I want to direct your attention right over here really fast though before we move on. This is what we call a column. This little area right here where the stalagmite and the stalactite have touched in the center. And this column is beneath the big hole in the ceiling. Anywhere you see large holes, cracks, crevices, or cavities in the ceiling, this is where a lot of formations are going to be formed.